I liked being able to get the work. I appreciate, Kellen and his group being able to work with us, and there was a lot of good stuff for us to learn from today.
So how did the defense look to you?
I was kind of bouncing back and forth, so I'll be able to reserve, being able to see, both sides before I give you any sort of feedback on that.
What did you think about Jimmy's day?
I thought he was up and down. I think there was some, their rush did a good job, especially in some of those early periods, and it didn't seem like we were able to find a rhythm. But what I did love is once we got into some of the second down to third down, thought he was seeing coverage well, distributing the ball. I love the way that he finished in the 2-minute drill where we just, he hits a big completion to Devontae right off the jump, and then we're really one more completion away from being in the position that we want. And so managed that really well. But I thought he did a great job. One of my favorite things about Jimmy is if something doesn't go down the way we want, or if we have a little bit of a miscommunication, he's great about being able to reset and be able to respond and not react to whatever that next snap is, and I thought he did that today.
Coach, can you speak to Stetson's improvement or how good he's doing this preseason?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I thought he played really well last week. I thought he was in total command. Thought he made a bunch of great plays today as well, so Stetson's doing an excellent job.
Did Kyren get hit illegally on that? Or
no, you know what? It was one of those deals where, and guys are just playing hard. It wasn't anything malicious, but when you get a guy kind of in that position and you're getting rolled up on, we just want to avoid that foot traffic. It wasn't anything that, we got it under control, and I got a lot of respect for those guys, and we did a good job being able to move forward.
Emmanuel, it seems like he's progressing in the right direction. What's the scope of his workload been this week?
He did good. He got about 50% of the snaps today, which was in alignment with the plan. It's good to be able to get him out on practice a couple days ago, and looks like he's feeling good, and so for that we're grateful.
Does Matthew have a workout scheduled for this weekend?
He does, yeah. He's going to work out on Saturday. Hopefully it responds a little bit better, and then I'll have more information for you guys then.
Similar to last weekend?
It is, yes.
Is Matthews, is the aggravated disc, is it more a functional thing, or is it pain he's dealing with?
I think probably a little bit of both, but it's we're trying to get our hands around this as well. So I don't really have much more information other than think we're trying some different things that are hopefully going to be in alignment with getting him back out on the field, and I'll have updates for you as we go.
Have you kept up with Brandon Staley over the years? And
oh yeah.
How have you seen him kind of grow since leaving here, being a coach, and how?
Well, he's incredibly smart. He's got a great big picture perspective and capacity for the game. I've absolutely kept in touch with Brandon, and I'm really happy to see him back in a leadership role. I know what a great coach he is, and he'll do an excellent job. They did a lot of cool stuff today, and that's kind of a staple where Brandon has those guys ready to play sound, tough, physical, and they were connected on all three levels, so they look like they're going to be a really good outfit.
And what is your relationship like with Kellen? Is what you kind of scouted last year with the Eagles, kind of what the Saints are running?
It's hard to say. Kind of bouncing back and forth. I think what Kellen does a great job of is he adjusts and adapts to his personnel, and so I've always been a big fan of Kellen. We kind of just know each other through the coaching community, and we have some mutual friends like Chris Peterson, but Kellen is a great dude. I really appreciate how quickly we were able to put this together on short notice, and he'll do a great job.
Couple more guys. Coach, how fun is it to kind of be out there? I saw you had a moment with Chase Young, just kind of drawing back and forth. You're like, I love football. You kind of build that out there. What are those moments kind of like to be able to kind of? Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm a fan of this game, and so you get a chance to go against these guys year in and year out, and you see some familiar faces, but maybe they're in new places. I've been competing against Chase since he was in Washington. He's done a great job in New Orleans, and DeMario's a guy that I've had a ton of respect for. Really, a lot of the players that they have on their team. So it was fun today.
Sean, with the Poona Ford, what has he added to your defense as a leader and as a player?
Just really kind of all those things. I mean, the production on early downs, he can certainly rush. I don't think he's limited in only being an early down player. I think Gift Smith does such a great job of developing the whole player. And then, he's got just a great competitiveness. When you watch him, the way that he competes, snap in and snap out, becomes contagious for the rest of the guys. Fits in perfectly with that group, and love everything about Poona.
When the Chargers obviously had injuries, and a lot went in to make this happen today. What was it about today that you said, yeah, it's worth it that we had something like that?
I think it's important for our guys that don't play in the preseason, to be able to get some of the good nerves going in these competition. You're able to run some things that maybe you wouldn't run otherwise, and you're able to get it in a controlled setting. Our first group ends up getting close to 50 shots. So I thought that was really good for both sides, and there'll be a lot of good tape for us to be able to look at. And even though we do play them, you don't play them until the 8th game. And, we're mindful of running, just some base stuff, but it still is really good work for us, and I thought it was important that we get it in. Okay? Thanks guys. Appreciate it.